Greetings from BB Max.
Welcome to our show.
Now, we're here today, we're doing things a little bit differently today. We're not using a teleprompter because we want to speak from the heart. We have a passion for this, and a passion speaking from a script really doesn't come through. So again, we're here to speak about history and current events with some ideas, thoughts, suggestions, and opinions, and so on. But if they disagree with us,
that's okay.
Right, that's fine. It doesn't matter. We want to listen to people, and we want people to listen to us. And we're doing the show, as I said, because we're very passionate about the change we wish to see in the world. And as Gandhi said, a small body of determined spirits fueled by an unquenchable faith in their mission
can alter the course of history.
And that's what we want to do. We can do this, people. We can, but we have to work together. And this mission, the three main goals we have here is for everyone in the world to learn to live together in peace, live by the golden rule, and live in a country whose government truly is of the people, by the people, for the people. And that it sounds like a monumental task, but it's similar to what Gandhi faced when he took on the British Empire. And what did he have? He had nothing.
No power, no prestige, no huge amounts of money or any of that.
No powerful government position, no powerful private business position at all. Yet his passion
propelled him to compel the change he wished to see in the world.
Yes, and he did it. He did it. He basically beat the British Empire. And that's what we believe that we can do. But we can't do it alone, can we?
We have to work together, everybody together.
Yes. Brenda and I can't do it. We can't wave our magic wand and say, ta-da, you know? Much as we'd like to do that, it doesn't work that way. We have to do that. Now, Gandhi, when people say, learn to live together in peace, that'll never happen. What is that?
An automatic negative thought. And that defeats what you're trying to do, because if you have positive, empowering thoughts, then you feel like, okay, I have confidence, we can do this.
Right, exactly. And that's what Gandhi did. He didn't let the ants overwhelm him. He only listened to the positive, empowering thoughts. And that's what we need to do. So people are saying, well, how can I help achieve this goal? And one of the best ways for people to do it, and I think everybody needs to do this, we're kind of setting things aside on that regard, we need to consult our conscience much more and have our conscience help us to truly live by the golden rule. Too many people today, they don't consult their conscience.
Nope, they just shove it aside.
Yeah, and they say, well, yeah, I'm not that bad a person and whatever, and look what else is going on, and that's why we're in the trouble that we're in now, because people are pushing their conscience aside and not listening to it. We need to consult our conscience and live by the golden rule. That's one small step for one person, but it's a huge step for mankind. The more people that do that, the better. And another small step for people and a large step for mankind is to become a member of Braver Angels. And what does that group want to do?
They want peace, and they want us to work together, and we can create harmony.
Yes. Yes, the Braver Angels, if you follow politics at all, you know that blue is for liberals, red is for conservatives. Instead of beating each other up, we need to work together. When you work together, what color do we get?
Purple.
Yes. And it isn't always the same shade of purple, 50-50. You got to have give and take. Sometimes one side's going to get a little bit more, but you got to do that. Have some give and take with people. Now, Braver Angels, this organization, it's a national organization with an awesome website. The dues for this organization is $12 a year, $1 a month. I'd like to ask you to make it $2 a month. Consider it a V for victory. Victory over divisiveness and rancor, so that we can work together again and get the color
purple.
Yes. Yes. So, and we can do this, people. We can do this. We really can. Now, getting back to our conscience, where does our conscience come from?
People have different views on it. Some people feel like it's a spirit type of thing within us. Some people feel like it's a learned type of thing.
Right. Yeah. a learned response, or some people say it's innate, intuitive, been there from conception. Wherever it comes from, we need to pay more attention to it. We need to consult it much more often. Now, in order for liberty to thrive, our consciences must keep it in check. Think of it as a pet. Power, what is it again? What's a pet? Positive, empowering thought. That's what it is. Get lost sometimes. Hey, there's a lot of things up here. Anyway, positive, empowering thought. I can have the maximum amount of liberty and freedom by following my conscience. And it's true. Think about that, right? If you
the more you behave, the less fuss there's going to be. Everybody that acts up causes more complications with everything.
Right, yeah. A clear conscience enables people to be happier. The clearer your conscience is, less things saying, that's bugging me what I did then. It's not right, but it's not that bad. It just clouds your mind. And people are much happier when you have a clear conscience.
That's right.
You don't have to worry about things. And I have a quote here. Labor to keep alive in your breast that little spark of celestial fire called conscience. And that was from George Washington in 1748. And that's very true. Very true. That's now, we'll say one thing about that is that slavery. The founding fathers, some of them had slaves. And
yeah, that was a terrible thing all around.
yes, terrible. But, unfortunately, slavery has been around with humanity from the beginning, pretty much. And it's still here today. Unfortunately, there are still people in slavery in today's world. But we can fix that. But that's another subject for a different show. So today we're focusing on our conscience. And one who acts with a clearer conscience has the advantage of feeling more inner peace. And a cloudy conscience, you're more likely to receive payback and karma, right?
Yep. You have it inside, and it's like this nagging negative thing. You don't need that.
Right. And people that you do negative things to, I say, how am I going to get this person back? And it just keeps more of this instead of this. Not good. We need to work together to make the world a better place for everyone. And we can do this. We really can.
Yep. If we work together, we can.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, work together instead of this. Now, since the American Revolution, many people throughout the world have looked up to our country. And they said, wow, this is what you guys did there is awesome. It's really great. It became known as the land of opportunity because there was what? No royalty, no what else?
No status in the society. It was just people are people.
Right, yeah. No powerful church like the Catholic Church had been in Europe. It was losing some power then, but it was still very powerful, but not here in America. And so when the French people saw that the American Revolution had succeeded, they tried to do the same thing in France, but they didn't succeed. There was, I think 1789, they had a revolution there. The problem was that the love of power and control and money overcame the revolutionaries, and they just got overcome by that, and they pushed their conscience aside and just ran things.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
You fall.
And fell, exactly. They fell. They tried for many years, decades, to come up with something in France like that. So they were basically saying, America, wow, you guys are doing a great job. We wish we could do the same for you, same as you. They ended up with Napoleon. That didn't work too well. Anyways, then they saw that we had abolished slavery, and that was huge for them, really huge. And that's what enticed them to give us the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
And what is the actual name?
Liberty enlightening the world.
Yes, that's the actual name of the statue, Liberty enlightening the world. Everybody calls it the Statue of Liberty, but it's Liberty enlightening the world. And how tall is that?
The statue itself is 151 feet tall.
Yep. And when they built that, they actually built it in France. They put it together in France, built the whole statue, and took it apart, created it up, and sent it to America. But all the people of France paid for the statue itself. 600,000 francs they raised to build the statue. And that was a lot of money back then.
Yeah.
And no government money from the government of France. Nothing. That was all the people of France that did it. Over here in America, we raised the money for the pedestal, the big thing that the statue stands on. And that was, let's see, they were working on that in 1885, and they were not getting enough money. They weren't raising enough money. So William Pulitzer, I believe it was, he...
the guy after whom the Pulitzer Prize
yes,
is named.
Pulitzer Prize. His paper was the New York World. He ran a campaign to raise money to do that. And there was, I think, 120,000 people, 120,000 donations. Most were less than $1. And they raised the money and successfully raised enough money to build the pedestal for the statue. So that was pretty cool. And the statue is dedicated on October 28th in 1886. And what was the first occurrence on that day?
The first ticker tape parade.
Yes. They had a parade in the morning before the actual dedication out on the island. They had a parade through New York City. And all the people on Wall Street, they're up in the offices. They weren't the skyscrapers they've got nowadays, but in the offices there, they saw the parade going by and said, oh, wow, this is really cool and exciting and everything. So they started taking the ticker tape from the machines that print the stock prices and throwing it out the window. And there's your ticker tape parade. That's how it began. But now, liberty in that sense, liberty enlightening the world, is just a concept and cannot enlighten the world on its own. We have to do that. So how do we convert this concept into reality? We believe that we need to start here in America.
It's got to start somewhere.
Yes, and we can do that. People are looking up to our country. That's why. People are looking up to our country. They come here all the time. A lot of people want to come here because we're the land of opportunity. And we need to do a better job of that and work together instead of bashing each other. We need to do a better job of that. But we need to start here and start with Braver Angels. The more people join Braver Angels and follow their guidelines and principles, the better off we are. So please become a member of Braver Angels. Now, our dream is to have liberty and enlighten the world to such a degree that everyone learns to live together in peace, live by the golden rule, and live in a country whose government truly is of the people, by the people, for the people. And what do we not allow?
We don't allow ants.
Yes, no ants allowed, none. Automatic negative thoughts, banish them, banish them. I have another quote that I like to read here. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. And that was a quote that's been attributed, and I'm pretty sure it is her. It's Harriet Tubman. And she
was a great woman. She helped a lot of people escape from slavery after she escaped herself.
Yeah, she went back into the South, into slave territory. She went back there to help her people get out. And more than once, she went back many times. She helped rescue many people.
Not an easy task.
No. She would have been back in slavery if she got caught. But she did it because she had a passion for it, and that's great. And then I have another one here. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but
the people that won't stop them.
Right, that won't do anything about it. Right, yes, and that we need to do. And we do that, we can get a good start on that by working together instead of beating each other up. We really need to do that. And then we go back to time in President Kennedy's inaugural address when he said, ask not what you can do for your country.
But ask what you can do for your country.
And what you can do for your country is consult your conscience more often. Do a better job of living by the golden rule and become a member of Braver Angels. And I have one more quote. So as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said back in 1968, let us move on in these powerful days, these days of challenge, to make America what it ought to be. We have an opportunity to make America a better nation. We can do this, people. We can do it. And I will add that it will be a long and arduous road, of course, but I believe that we can and must do it and do it now. Now, 3 takeaways from this show that we would like to have people remember. And that would be consult your conscience more often.
And have positive, empowering thoughts.
Yes. Live by the golden rule and join braver angels. So that's kind of like 4, but that's okay. But that's what we want you to take away from this show. So please do that. Thank you for your time and consideration. And we hope to see you again soon. I stole your line.